Hey, welcome to the show. It's the official episode 1 of Ralph Unfiltered with today's co-host, Robert, the Dancing Korean. He's back again. He didn't get tormented enough during our trailer. But I'd like to thank everybody for coming here in the Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun Studios. What are we going to talk about today? First of all, welcome back, Rob.
That's what I'm here for.
So some of the first things we'd like to clear up is before the trailer, me and Robert were talking about puns, about old movie puns and how younger people don't get it, you know. And I'll make puns from movies, and they just look at me like I'm some old special person that's kind of crazy. And Robert had brought up
You're killing me, Smalls.
from the movie The Sandlot, and then I kind of talked about the kid had a punchable face, and said Robert looked like the little redheaded freckle kid from The Sandlot, which Patrick, what is it, Renna?
Patrick Renna.
Patrick Renna. So apparently, he's a really nice guy. He does a lot of good things. Kind of a philanthropist, if you want to say, giving back to the community. And I think he's coming on the show, so that'll be interesting. And I don't want to punch him in the face. I was just trying to be funny.
Do you want to punch me in the face?
You do have a fucking punchable face. So don't.
I've been told that.
Just because I'm apologizing on the record, you know, for him doesn't mean you get out of jail free card.
My wife tells me the same thing. So
Yes. Well, she's a very smart woman. Chris, you're a very smart woman because he does have a punchable face. And today he doesn't smell like 7 bags of chicken assholes.
No, I hadn't had a chance to eat yet today. So probably after this, I'm gonna go get another big box of gizzards.
Damn chicken gizzards. So today on the show, we're going to talk about the black hole in my house that swallows socks and kitchen utensils. We're going to talk about useless things that we have bought, the most useless thing we've ever bought. We are going to shamelessly plug our businesses that support us. And since we're talking about things we bought, we may as well talk about things we collect too.
Yeah.
You know, different objects we collect. And just remember, you guys, if you like this content and this show, you can catch us on different media outlets like Spotify and Apple, and Android, and Google and Amazon, and our biggest presence on Spotify and YouTube. And when you're there, just hit that subscribe button down there, like it, subscribe, and support us. Support your small businesses. Speaking of small businesses, this show is brought to you by Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun here in sunny Fayetteville, North Carolina, and Hannah's Rockin' Gym, located 5 feet from this building. We have 2 adjacent buildings next to each other. It's me and my wife, and we are currently the only ones supporting the show. So
Not true. I support it.
yes, you do support it. He does support it. So anyway, we've covered that. We are in the Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun Studios. This studio is built in the back of a pawn shop, and that's what I do for my day job, among other things like rescue cars. And I'm a lover, Robert.
Oh no, I thought you were a fighter.
No, I just love so much it comes off aggressive.
Oh, okay.
So anyway,
So you're what we would call the bear.
it just sounds real gay, Robert.
Well, there's the big husky males are called bears by anybody.
I don't like the word husky. It's like it's a body shaming me. So when I was a little kid, my pants said husky on them, and that was just a nice way of saying, Ralph, you're fat, and your belly's bigger than the length of your pants, so we're going to call them husky.
See, now that I know that brought traumatic things to you, I will be making sure to get digs in. I'll say husky every once in a while just to remind you of your youth.
I would say more like a post-traumatic stress over it. No, I'm just joking. It doesn't bother me. I even go to Home Depot and buy Husky tools.
Well, hey, look,
So much I like the
I'm
word.
Asian, and every day when I came home from school, my mom would have a bowl of rice and some kimchi. So I kind of, every time I see rice, I'm like, oh, okay, it's okay to eat. So,
And every time I smell kimchi, I'm like, it's okay to throw up.
dude, all it is Korean, what is that, sauerkraut?
And
That's all it is.
I said, when we do this show, we are not going to carry on. We're going to have fresh topics, but here we are carrying on with the stinky kimchi. But anyway, another thing is, well, let's talk about the black hole in my house, and I guess everybody's house. You know, what swallows the socks and the kitchen utensils? Because I'm going to tell you right now, like this morning, I had this black crew sock and I was going to wear it. And I had another black sock and it was an ankle sock and I couldn't match the crew socks. And it's, it's that old saying, you got the peanut butter, don't have the jelly. You got the bologna, don't have the cheese. And if you got cheese and bologna, damn it, there ain't no bread in the house. So does that happen to you?
I go to the laundromat because it's just really quick to get, 30 minutes in the washer, 30 minutes in the dryer. And every time I'm folding the socks, there's one.
So where do they go?
I don't know. The laundromat people say, well, spin the thing. And I go and spin the thing and they're not there.
I think it's a street gang that goes through and just robs our houses when we're not.
No, I know what it is. It is a conspiracy by the sock manufacturers to make you buy more socks.
I think it's a Korean street gang.
Korean street gang?
Yeah, like that one movie, The Triads.
Oh, the rush hour thing. Yeah, with the
Are
triads.
they Korean? They're probably Chinese.
Well,
For the sake of this show, we're going to say they're evil Koreans that steal socks.
Well, that would be the North Koreans.
And
That
my
would be the
kitchen
communists.
utensils. So I think my 7-year-old has a lot to do with this. She's at the age she wants to help do the dishes and clean up. And, I think she's throwing the utensils away. Do you have that problem?
No, I only use
Does he have that problem? He uses chopsticks. He's not going to have that problem.
Hey, I only need 2 pieces of wood to eat. That's all I need.
I mean, hey, you could throw the bean jokes at me anytime. I know you've been dying to throw them at me. I've been picking on the Korean thing. I'm waiting for the Mexican jokes to fly my way.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
That's right, because there's not a comedic bone in your body. Or a spine either. No. So, okay, so everybody has that problem. And you guys can comment on any of this stuff. There's places on these social media platforms where you can comment. I know this ain't just me, but it just really pisses me off because I'm wearing 2 different socks today. I got SpongeBob sock that's probably one of Hannah's, and then I have like a black dress sock from like Walmart or something. That's what I'm wearing today.
My wife, when we first started dating, taught me that your socks and shoes have to match your belt. And you are totally missing that right now.
I can't believe you're married.
Yeah, I can't believe I convinced somebody.
I've met your wife. She's a very nice lady and just way out of your league.
Oh, yeah, no doubt. I married up.
She's a school
down.
teacher too. What'd she teach?
She taught ungrateful children English.
English. And he taught history. Which,
I teach history.
AKA the gym teacher, AKA the custodian. And I think don't you drive bus too?
No.
Oh, no, Asians can't drive. Yeah, the turn signal thing. Blinker.
No, that's one of the things you don't do as a teacher. If you want to maintain your sanity, don't get a CDL because they will make you drive buses.
I kind of thought I'd like to drive the bus, but then I remember like when I was a kid and we gave the bus driver, who was my bus driver? I got a photographic memory. Let me think here. 2nd grade, 1st grade. Mrs. Anderson. Yep. That was my bus driver. And she lived across the street from my grandparents. And she was a really nice lady, but man, we gave her hell, man.
Well, because
I think we turned her hair white probably when she was in her 30s.
Well, if you think about it, you're not at school. There's no teacher or administrator to get you into trouble. So that's why most kids, act up on the bus. Which is why I'm not a CDL carrier. I'm not going to drive a bus.
I don't know.
See,
I don't
now,
know what's going
you
on.
see now all these memories of him torturing Mrs. Anderson on the bus, just washing.
Well, she used to have me set at the front of the bus behind her. And I thought it's because I was special. You know what I mean? But now I know, I'm an adult, or I'm supposed to be an adult. So I wasn't special. I couldn't control me back there. I needed to be within arm's reach.
Right. Because, all the cool kids, sat in the back of the bus, and they would always, act up and, leave trash everywhere. So if you got put behind the bus driver, the bus driver said, yeah, it's the special seat, make you feel all nice.
I thought I was special.
But now, no, it's just,
I remember the first day in special ed, I came home and I'm like, Mom, I'm special. And the neighbor girl, she came across the street and she was like, you ain't special. I'm like, what do you mean I ain't special? I'm in special ed. She's like, yeah. I can't even say the word, but she told me I was it started with an R. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't you miss the days of the 80s where you could say words like that?
I actually miss special ed.
Really?
The special ed kicked butt, man. Let me tell you what. All the other kids were learning math and they were struggling and all that, man. I was just trying to keep the kid next to me's drool from getting on my arm. I mean, he had the helmet and everything, and he was drooling on. That was it. I mean, I enjoyed special ed. When I didn't enjoy special ed, it's when they sent me over for testing. They sent me over for testing, and then they found out that I don't know, my IQ was like 128 or something, 130. I don't know, it was up there.
Dang.
Yeah, then I was in trouble. I'm not joking, man. I was in trouble. It went from he's special, he needs help. We're just gonna help him to he's an asshole, he's a smart ass, and we're not stimulating his mind much. Then I got put back in regular classes. But anyway.
Yeah, it was just when we grew up in the 80s, you could say words like that. But then when we grew up, we found out that, the way people said it made people feel really, really bad.
Oh, it's terrible.
Yeah, it's terrible. Like today, we don't say
because all jokes aside, this is a comedy show.
Yeah.
But all jokes aside, man, I remember, I was in these classes when I was younger because I was having a hard time paying attention. And there was a behavioral correction or whatever they wanted to call it. But I was called them names, and man, I mean, it hurts, man, and it's.
I mean, today we've taken them out of our vocabulary for good reason. But I remember, I was called those words. I was called every name in the book that you can slur Asians with by teachers, right? Growing up.
Listen, man, my last name's Rodriguez, and I went to school in Farmville, and I'm not talking about the game on Facebook. I mean, there was a small group of kids in our community. We call them the farm kids, and they got special treatment, in the school system. And the rest of us, I was just the dirty Mexican that lived by the railroad tracks. I actually did live by the railroad tracks.
I was the stinky Asian kid.
Yeah.
If you don't know
I still roll the stink because I smell the food he eats.
Now, hold on. If you don't know that reference, go back and look at previous videos. You'll see why.
But anyway, we fell down that rabbit hole and hit my head. But so we all agree that the socks and the utensils, that's a problem, not just at my house.
I still think that it's a conspiracy by the sock manufacturers. Now, I don't know about the utensils because all I use is chopsticks.
I mean, General Motors designs their cars to fall apart. It used to be about 5 years. Now it's about 7 years because that's about the average loan. So yeah. I see that.
Yeah.
All right. My back hurts. Anyway, on another note, what does your pets do when you're not home? Because I will leave my house and I'll put my remote control on my little end table, and I will come home and it will be in the dog's bed with the dog, and the TV will be on. I swear my dog gets the remote. He does not have an opposable thumb. He's a Chihuahua.
Chihuahua?
No Chihuahua jokes.
If you ever seen his dog, I've seen pictures of when the dog used to be a Chihuahua.
We're body shaming now.
And now he looks like a football.
He's a little heavy.
Little heavy? You asked me to pick him up once and put him up on the what are your front steps? I about broke my hand trying to get him up there.
I have a little Chihuahua that weighs 28 pounds.
Yeah.
His name's Peppy. But anyway, Peppy does not have a thumb. But for some, and his teeth, he's so old, his teeth, he can't lift nothing up in his mouth. But for some reason, the remote control ends up in his doggy bed, and the TV is on. And I think he's watching TV. I think there's a whole life that goes on when I'm not there.
I'm thoroughly convinced that my dog invites other dogs home to my house to play poker when we're not there. That's where the painting comes from. But Ralph, I hate to break this to you. It's not that your dog is watching TV or making food on the stove. Your wife actually showed me video of you sleep watching TV like walking up, sleep watching TV, making some mac and cheese on the thing.
I actually left that out. My dog cooks macaroni and cheese at night, Kraft in the box.
Nope.
And he uses extra butter, the sliced cheese, and the milk. He does it, dude. I told my wife, I wake up, it's on the stove. Why would I make macaroni and cheese at 3 o'clock in the morning? It's the dog.
Dude, it's the video. We saw it. You are opening up the Kraft mac and cheese.
That video is AI generated.
AI generated. It was like 5 years ago before AI took over. You know, I've seen it. You do it.
It's AI. Look what they done to Biden. They made him look like he had dementia. Yeah, he probably did have dementia.
Speaking about AI, just real quick, didn't James Cameron make a bunch of movies explaining why that was a bad idea?
Oh, James Cameron's been warning us for a long time. He is a visionary.
Yeah. So one of these days you'll see a strangely looking, T-800 walking in, and then then it'll be over.
I'm not an AI fan, but I did use it a couple of days ago. I needed a logo for Ralph Unfiltered, so there was this thing called, what was it called, Chat GBT or something, and I put in there what I wanted, and it made me a really cool logo.
That logo you put up on all your social media that I liked, that I thought you took the time to actually sit there and
there is not an artistic bone in my body, nowhere.
You see, this is why you never meet your heroes, because you'll just be disappointed. I thought you actually designed that.
No. It's AI generated. And my dog wakes up in the middle of the night. And let's just cap this whole thing off. My dog gets up in the middle of the night, makes macaroni and cheese. He probably hides the socks. He has conversations with the cats because I've heard him speaking in a different tongue. And then when my wife comes in the room, they're just and all that shit. I do not sleepwalk. My wife says I sleepwalk, sleep eat, and have sleep conversations. I do not.
And sleep shit.
Yeah, sleep shit. And yeah. And I've also been told I have sleep apnea by a doctor. All untrue. They're just trying to get my money.
Mr. Conspiracy Theory over here.
But my cats do some crazy shit too. One time I stuck my head through the doggy door and I was just I just want to see what was going on in there. When I opened the door, they run to me. So I put my head through the doggy door and I watched them. And dude, they were just like, they're all laying together, like this little love nest, the Chihuahua, the two cats, But then when I come in the room, they all hate each other.
Oh yeah.
It's all a game.
Oh, yeah. Wait a minute. That's where all your utensils go. Your dog and cats, when they're done eating, they just throw them away. That's got to be it then.
When they're done eating macaroni and cheese at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Mystery solved.
Let me tell y'all where this came from. So the other day, my wife's shop is next door. She come in screaming because she comes to work at a different time than I do because I had left a pot of macaroni and cheese on the stove that wasn't even ate. Like it was cooked and not ate, allegedly, because I did not get up in the middle of the night and make macaroni. Allegedly, there's a camera system in my house that has me doing it. But I looked at it and it's kind of grainy. It's like them Area 51 photos,
Right.
They could be AI generated. It's not me.
Well, if you think about it, NASA put up this $1 trillion telescope called the James Webb Telescope that can actually see the beginning of time. But here, we can't make any good cameras to catch anything beyond grainy.
I didn't make that macaroni and cheese. I am not the second gunman on the kitchen knoll. It wasn't me. Them files have been released this week, by the way. They are very interesting. And speaking of that.
What?
MLK, my hero. I don't even want to talk about it on this episode, but I read them. Of course, I don't know. Is he more my hero now?
Well, if you think about it,
because I don't know if you guys have read this or not, but I can't say a lot of it on here. But they've released, some of the records from Martin Luther King, RFK assassination, JFK assassination. The Martin Luther King stuff was like something out of 50 Shades of Grey. It was wild.
Well, Martin Luther King, this is the history teacher talking. He did plagiarize his doctoral thesis, meaning he left out some citations. That's still technically plagiarism. but we've all made those mistakes before. And he's had extramarital affairs. But his wife, Coretta, forgave him and they moved on. So I'm not going to let, a few bad things ruin the good that he did.
My wife won't forgive me for the macaroni and cheese at 3 a.m. This dude had like 5 white ladies running outside the hotel room down the balcony.
Well, all I know is that Martin Luther King is still one of my heroes.
I still love the guy, and I think it humanizes him more. I didn't get mad at Bill Clinton when he was with Monica and the whole cigar gate. That didn't bother me. I just thought it made him more of a human being. Human beings make mistakes.
Except us here at Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun, we don't make mistakes.
Which reminds me, this show is brought to you by Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun, 2908 Fort Bragg Road here in Fayetteville, North Carolina, and 2906 Fort Bragg Road, Hannah Rockin' Gems, where you need to go if you want some cool rock gems, geodes, crystals, and a real hip atmosphere. So stop on by. And we are filming today in the Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun Studios here in the back of the pawn shop.
Well, there you go.
It's a lot to say, but I got to get used to it because someday we'll have actual real, people that want us to advertise for them. So,
yeah. You like companies, if you're out there, if you want to give us free stuff to like put in the thing, let us know.
Like Kraft macaroni and cheese, the old kind in the box that you actually make
with the powdered cheese.
Yes, not the pre-make stuff.
That's the best.
It says quarter of a stick of butter. Just throw a whole stick of butter, about 4 slices of Kraft processed cheese, extra milk, mix it up, salt and pepper. But no, it was not me at 3 a.m.
This guy.
Weird things that we collect. What's weird that you collect, Robert?
Well, I'm not like Ed Gein. I'm not, collecting. I'm not a serial killer collecting skin to make lampshades with. That's true, by the way. That's what Ed Gein did. I just collect run-of-the-mill stuff like baseball cards, coins. I read books and I collect them, things like that.
He writes books too. He's an author. How many books you wrote?
One is published right now with another coming.
All right. I really don't collect much stuff.
Bullshit.
I've been known to collect a car or something here and there.
If you come down to Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun, we'll take you out into the back where he has like 85 short bed trucks.
It's 32, Robert. You're exaggerating. It's 32.
Yeah. He collects short bed trucks the way I collect baseball cards.
I collect cars too. I got a couple Chevelles.
It's a parking lot out there. Just come and look. Because, the plan is he's going to get them up and running and stuff like that. So, yeah, come on down and look. You'll see his weird collection.
Speaking of that, what's the most useless thing you ever bought?
How long we got here? Because I've wasted money on a lot of things. Oh, perfect. Everybody out there has probably said, you know what? I'm going to go to Walmart. I'm going to get some dumbbells, and I'm going to get in shape this year.
Oh, that's a good one. Because I do that about every 2 years. I don't know about every 2 years, I'll go to Walmart. And I'll get me like the weight, I don't know what they call it, the bench that you push the bar up.
Bench press?
Yeah, whatever that is.
Yeah.
I'm not very athletic.
Don't know what the thing is called when you press the weight on the bench.
In the little thingies
yeah.
that you go like this with. I'll buy all that stuff about every 2 years.
I've got a treadmill at home.
I got one too.
You know what I do? I put my coats on it.
Oh, I just turn mine on and let the miles rack up. And then I go upstairs and get Hannah and show her how much I've done. She's proud of me, and then she cooks me food.
Totally negating any possibility of any positives from actually walking.
I don't think I've ever I did get on it one time. Well, no. When I was working on the fire department, I would wear my fire department gear and I would walk the treadmill for exercise. I think that lasted like a week. Yeah, so
let's just put it this way. The most useless things I've ever bought probably involved like weightlifting, cardio. I recently bought a jump rope that is still in the package in the Walmart bag at my house because I was going to jump rope, to get in shape. Yeah, I'm still going to do it though. I'm still going to jump some rope at some point.
You heard it here first. I don't think it'll happen. Trying to think of what I bought. The most craziest, useless thing I ever bought. Oh, I'm kind of ashamed to say it. A Corvette. I bought a Corvette. Not the old Corvette that I bought the other day, but I was going through this like midlife crisis, maybe later than midlife, probably a little over the mid part, but it was definitely a life crisis. And I had just left the doctor's office, and the doctor told me that I had some medical conditions and stuff. I'll just say it on here. I was diagnosed with MS, and I got a cousin that has it, and they're in a nursing home, and it just hit them fast. And I got some friends, a friend I went to high school with, really nice guy, and it hit him pretty hard too. So I was thinking it was going to hit me hard.
Right.
So instead of going to counseling or seeking out, like somebody from the church or something to talk about these problems, I went and bought a car. I went to a dealership. I bought the most expensive. The Corvettes had just changed body styles to that mid-engine mount, and I think it was like $90,000. And oh boy, you want to talk about buyer's remorse? That was probably the stupidest thing I'd ever bought.
Like, did it hit you as soon as you left the parking lot, or as soon as you sat down?
Let me tell you what, I had a knot in my stomach. I thought it was just gas, but it was terrible. But that's probably the most useless thing I'd ever bought. Ended up wrecking it, by the way, in Michigan, and it got totaled.
Yeah, so you should have just took your $90,000 in cash and just burned it. Same thing, right?
It was terrible, Robert. Anyway, we need to talk about something more upbeat.
Yeah.
And, because that's some depressing shit. So, what about the weather?
Well, I was going to point this out earlier when you said from sunny Fayetteville. It's not sunny today. It is, ugh.
It's shitty today, man. I had to go to, I don't know which dollar store it was. There's like 7,000 of them, but I went to one of the dollar stores because I wanted some drinks, and I didn't realize I was parked in, a lake. And when I got out, it was right up to my calves, man. I soaked my shoes, my socks, everything. It's been raining here since yesterday? Last night.
Yeah, I've had that happen because I'm a school teacher during the day and I make deliveries for food at night. I won't say the name, but there was one time it was just pouring rain and I didn't see it because it was late at night. I stepped out and it went up to my calf. That was how deep it was. That was my first delivery of the night. So I had to go the entire night, wet foot, oh.
We have a drainage problem in this city. Fayetteville has really, really bad drainage, and we need to do something about it for sure.
Yeah.
But on the lighter side, we have made it through episode 1 of Ralph Unfiltered. We have talked a little about everything. We got Robert the Dancing Korean over here.
Doing my best Trump impersonation.
I didn't talk about how he smelled today because he don't smell that bad. You smell like some real Old Spice, but hey, at least it's Old Spice, not Korean food that's fermented. We want to thank our sponsors again, Fort Liberty Pawn and Gun, Hannah's Rockin' Gym. And I hope you guys hit that button down there and subscribe. And we'll see everybody again. We're going to be doing these once a week, and we're going to try to get episode 2 and 3 out as quick as we can. Thanks for stopping by.
Yep.